Hey guys, this is Sanjay from FTC Team 7477 Super 7. Today I'm going to be talking about Java annotations, which is a way to add metadata to our code. So you could think of annotations as sticky notes. They don't change how the code runs, but they provide extra information that compilers and tools can use. So what are annotations? So annotations are special markers that begin with an at symbol and are placed above classes, methods, or variables. For example, one type of annotation is at override, which we'll be talking about later. So annotations helping providing extra information to the compiler, reducing boilerplate code, and enabling advanced features. So let's talk about the different main types of actual annotations. First, at override. So I'll just code it as usual and then explain my code afterwards. So, and we can just make a random method called void parent, and we can just make it print using IntelliJ's built-in shortcut. We can just print parent. This is just to show how override works. And then we can make another class, right? So let's say class child, and it extends off our parent. So class child extends parent. So we would use at override here, and then we could also use the same method. So void parent using IntelliJ's built-in shortcut, we would do child method. So at override, it essentially tells Java that a method is overriding a superclass method. If we accidentally change the method name, let's just change the name to child. If we accidentally change the method name, the compiler throws an error. Next, let's talk about the next type of main annotation, at deprecated. So let's just have two examples, right? An old class and a test. So class, old class, it's gonna name it that. We use at deprecated. And let's just make a random method, void old method. And we can just print out this method is outdated. And let's make a new class, right? So let's make our main class. So as usual, public class, and our class name, it has to match our file name always. So we have public class main, and we would also have our main method, which is public static void main string square brackets args. And so now let's make a new old class object. So old class object equals new old class, and object dot old method. Dot old method. So at deprecated, it essentially marks methods as outdated. So if someone tries to use these methods, so old method, since we use this annotation at deprecated, the system now knows it's outdated. So if someone tries to use them, then the compiler shows a warning, as you can see here. And since it's highlighted in yellow, since it's underlined yellow, sorry, the compiler shows a warning to use a newer alternative. Next, let's talk about another type of common annotation, at suppress warnings. So let's just make it public class, file name has to match our class name, so main, public class main, and we would do at suppress warnings unchecked. And let's just make a random method, right? So void method. And let's print out this method has warnings. Sorry. So using IntelliJ's built-in shortcut, let's print out this method has warnings, but they are hidden. So add suppress warnings, you can tell by name, it essentially suppresses the compiler warnings. Be sure to use it carefully because it doesn't fix the issues, it just makes them invisible. Additionally, you can also create your own annotations using @interface. So let's do that right now. So @interface, let's just call it my annotation. And let's just have it have an empty string value, right? And then we would make @my annotation. And value, we can just make it say custom annotation. So next, let's make a class to showcase this, right? So we can have class, not class, class. Let's do custom class, custom class, and let's just make a random method that just displays something. And we can just print out just to test the capabilities of my annotation using IntelliJ's built-in shortcut using a custom annotation. So, as mentioned before, you can essentially create your own annotations using @interface. This allows you to add custom metadata. So, in summary, annotations add metadata to Java code. And Java has built-in annotations, such as @override, @deprecated, and @suppress warnings. You can create custom annotations for special use cases. Annotations make Java code cleaner and more powerful. Thank you guys for watching this Super 7 programming tutorial, and see you next time.